We're back with Bill O'Reilly talking about his history tour with former President Trump and some other issues. Bill, let me ask you about something in the news. What do you make of the text between the Fox News hosts and Mark Meadows that occurred on January 6th, where a lot of them were sort of imploring him to do something to get the president out there, to get him in the Oval Office, whatever the case may be. And then, as you know, the critics then say, well, they were begging him to do something on that day, January 6th, and then shortly thereafter, they're out there suggesting this was no big deal. What do you make of it?
Well, I don't know about the no big deal part. I didn't see that. Maybe it happened, but I don't know. So a number of Fox News hosts had Mark Meadows, who's the chief of staff to Trump, his direct email. And that's not a bad thing. If you're a journalist, as you know, Dan, you want to have access to the most powerful people you can. And if they are nice enough to give you their email, that's a good thing. So when all hell broke loose in the Capitol, they apparently, some Fox News people, and I assume other people as well, were emailing Mr. Meadows saying, hey, what are you guys going to do? When are you going to do it? You got to get out there. This is a debacle. This is crazy. So it seems to me, I don't know whether it's over the journalistic line. I wouldn't have done it myself. I would have asked the question, say, are you guys going to make a statement? What are you going to do? Looks like things are out of control. I don't think I would have advocated. That's not what journalists do. But it was in a very intense, quick-breaking situation. So I'm not going to condemn anybody here. I think that if you want the best for your country, everybody would agree you wanted the president to make a statement that they should stop, right? And again, that's what I'm going to talk to Donald Trump about in Houston and Dallas this coming weekend. Were you quick enough to come out and ask these people to cease and desist? If you had to do it over again, would you change the way you did it? Those questions will be asked.
But I guess I'm a little surprised that you believe that some of those texts crossed the journalistic line, right?
They may have. I'd have to see them in the context of what the discussion was on the email. Look, we live in a country now where the stuff hits the internet. Nobody knows the context. You're a fair man. That's why I'm doing this program. I've known you a long time. And by the way, I want to tell your audience that this is the most fun Dan Abrams has had in months, interviewing me tonight. And that's absolutely a fact. You can see it.
Yeah, that's a pretty sad state of Dan Abrams' life, if that's the point, if that's true.
Well, I just want to be I want to be truthful. I'd have to see the context of what it was. So I know all these people. I know Hannity. I know Ingraham. I know Kilmeade. They want what's best for the country. Okay, that's what they want. You may not agree with the way they do it. You may not like that they like Trump or whatever it may be. But I didn't see anything subversive there. Did you?
What do you make of Fox News primetime?
Well, wait. Did you see anything subversive in what Hannity and Ingraham and
I have to tell you, I'll tell you, Bill. Sorry, someone was in my ear when you asked the question. I don't actually have a problem with the Fox News hosts having reached out demanding that the president do something. I have a much bigger problem with them then going on the air and trying to minimize it. That's my problem. Meaning, hey, good for you.
You'd have to show me that soundbite. You have to show me that. You'd have to show me that soundbite before I'm going to say they minimized anything.
Hey, you can watch Fox News almost any night in prime time, and you will hear them in some way, shape, or form either bashing the January 6th Commission, which I think is a fair... The January 6th Commission?
I never heard Hannity do that. I never heard Hannity diminish
it's a fair question as to whether Hannity... But I will tell you that again and again, and it's true that Hannity has been much better about this than, for example, Tucker, Laura Ingraham, and some others when it comes to January 6th. It's a fair defense of Hannity there. But my problem is less with the comments themselves and more with the comments later. You know, for example, what did you make of Tucker Carlson and his comments in his documentary about January 6th?
I'm not going to comment on that. I didn't see the documentary. I think that the Capitol riot was one of the most disgraceful displays in U.S. history, and everybody involved in that riot should pay a price. And I've said that from day one. Now, if people disagree, they have a right to disagree. But that's my posture. And I'll tell you, Fox News is a different place than it was when I was there. All right. I don't know. I don't follow it that closely anymore. But when I was there, there was a discipline from management that diminishing the Capitol riot could never have happened. And I'll state that firmly on the record.
Look, I think it's important. And I think you're right, by the way. I think it's a different place than it was some years back. What did you make of Chris Wallace's departure? Big deal?
It was abrupt. It was abrupt. So I think that the Fox management was caught by surprise. I think that Wallace got a good deal from CNN. He's in his mid-70s now. He might want to cut back a little. I think you'll see Wallace on CNN prime time as a commentator. I think that CNN is trying to rebrand now because it's almost off the cliff. That's how bad CNN's ratings are and its images. So they bring in Wallace. It helps them. I think they might want to bring in Brian Williams. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up over there because AT&T, which owns CNN, they're crazed. They are absolutely crazed about what's happened to that network because it's not a news network anymore. I mean, you can criticize Fox News all day long, but CNN not only doesn't get any ratings, but you absolutely know the corruption that's gone on there, and it's just hard to believe. Did you know, Abrams, that on Friday, and I saw your show, and you covered the Jesse Smollett case, you covered the verdict, correct?
Yeah, I did.
You did. MSNBC did not mention it from 7 to midnight.
Believe me, I appreciate you watching the show because, as you know, I beat up on MSNBC. I will beat up on CNN as appropriate. In fact, there's a segment coming up later in the show where I'm going to be beaten up, doing some beaten up. But I want to ask you one more question about Fox, and that is whether the O'Reilly factor in the form that you had it could exist at Fox News today.
Well, sure, because I brought in millions and millions of viewers and billions of dollars to that corporation for more than 20 years. Look, there'll never be another cable news anchor who's number one for 16 consecutive years. It's a different world now. Everything is fractured now. But if I went back to any network and reimposed the O'Reilly factor where we brought on people to debate from all sides, and we presented as evidence as best we could, backed up by facts, that show would go through the roof. But it's easy to play to the choir, and that's what they're all doing now. That's easy. It's hard to debate, and especially when you bring bright people in. Go ahead.
I agree. You know, you're right. You have to prepare. You have to think about it before the interview.
Yeah.
And I will say, and again,
research.
I agree with you. For example, on MSNBC, you don't see any of that. Certainly, and on Fox in prime time, you see almost none of it.
They said, okay, and here's our next guest who agrees with me entirely. And here's our next guest who agrees with me 95% of the time.
Right.
I think it's boring myself. I couldn't possibly do a show like that. I want to hear the other side. That's what makes it fun.
This is why this has been fun. Bill O'Reilly, I appreciate the time. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.